Are you ready to take a leading role in your finances?
It's the choices that we make with the money that does come into our hands.
It's never too late. But if you are getting a later start, then you've got to be creative.
What we do with our money, how we behave with it, really is how we feel about ourselves.
You're not supposed to be counting on Social Security. You're supposed to plant your own seeds. Good morning, Charlotte. 18,000 leading ladies. Are you ready to take a leading role in your finances? Yes. Well, prepare to prosper. Look at your neighbor and tell her, I'm prepared to prosper. Yes, now starting off with the topic, money, challenging for so many women. Yes. However, today, I get to play the role of your director. All right? I get to provide you with the script, the exact script, so that you can play the role of a lifetime. Are you ready? All right. So if there is anyone sitting in this audience who believes I'm not smart enough, I don't have any money, kick all those doubts to the side. Because you see, when it comes to money, there's a lot of fear surrounding money, isn't there? But fear is just false evidence appearing real. Do you know how much Social Security, the average Social Security check is? It's $600 a month. Can you pay your mortgage? Can you pay your car note? Can you buy your groceries with $600 a month? Now, in fact, do you know when Social Security was implemented, you know, you don't collect Social Security till you're 65, right? When that plan was first implemented, the life expectancy was 65. They expected you to be dead. You weren't supposed to collect it, all right? So what I'm here to share with you today is, you're not supposed to be counting on Social Security. You're supposed to plant your own seeds. You know, there's a difference, and let me cover this really quickly. There is a difference between saving and investing, all right? Saving. If your goal is less than 5 years, then you need to save money, okay? It needs to be in a bank, in a money market, mutual fund, all right? If you are investing and it's over 5 years, then you can start talking about investing it for growth. It has to have a time frame, okay? A time in which you are going to attain it. Because without that target date, it's just a dream. It's not a goal. I know some of you have an extra $100 a month. You blow that on your hair and nails. Let's be real, okay? Now, I'm not saying don't get your hair and nails done. I mean, I'm not into deprivation. Do you know what I'm saying? But maybe just don't get them done every week, okay? Maybe we do it every other week, and then there's your $50. About 5 years ago, I noticed at all of the conferences that I was speaking at, that women were in these wonderful knit suits. And I was like, wow, those are really nice. And then someone said to me, they said, oh, those are St. John knits. I said, really? They said, oh, those cost $2,000. I was like, $2,000? What is it made out of? Gold? But I had to consider, you know, using my left brain again. I said, well, is that company public? If people buying, you know, $2,000 outfit, using my left brain, I went on the internet and plugged in St. John Knits, and sure enough, it was public. I said, wow, earnings, great. But here's the story about St. John Knits. Do you know St. John Knits was created by a model who bought a $400 knitting machine and began to make dresses for herself. And her friends, other models, wanted it. She just married her husband, who just came out of business school, and he said, well, if you want to buy these knits, you got to go to Bloomingdale's. And that is how St. John Knits was created. So why would a woman buy a $2,000 outfit? Why? Oh, it's definitely emotional. It's about how it makes you feel, right? You know, Alexis Herman, Madeleine Albright, they were St. John. I want respect, right? Now I know you're trying to figure it out. You're saying, yeah, she's standing up there with St. John right now. Oh, yeah. But consider, you got to have your St. John stock. Then you can have your St. John knits.
And I think in relationships in particular, money is a topic that's taboo. We don't like to talk about it. I often say that money is more emotional than it is technical. What we do with our money, how we behave with it, really is how we feel about ourselves. And so as we gain more knowledge, as we gain more experience managing money, we can be successful at it. It's really not that difficult. It's just being given the right information, spoken to in the right manner. Because oftentimes when I talk to women, they say they're afraid to go into a financial advisor's office for fear they won't know what questions to ask. And so this really is about giving them that language, that jargon, so that they can talk more confidently about what they want to happen in their financial lives.
I want to challenge viewers out there to look at their statements. They're buying a whole lot more shares on a monthly basis than they were at lower prices than they were a year ago. So that's really how you win the money game. It's not so much trying to figure out if you can buy a stock at the low and sell at the high.
Recognize that if you become too conservative, that you could possibly outlive your assets. And so you've got to find an equal medium in that. It might not be investing, 50% stocks, 50%. If you're comfortable at 60, do it, because you know that might be the difference between you compounding at a higher rate. And that's really the secret, compounding at a higher rate.
Of course, it's important to start early, but the other point I want to make is it's never too late. But if you are getting a later start, then you've got to be creative. Who's better off, the person making $40,000 saving 10, or the person making $150 spending $200,000, right? Well, the person, of course, who's saving. It's the choices that we make with the money that does come into our hands that will impact whether or not we are able to grow it.